Eat Your Backyard Nation. Welcome. If you're not part of the Eat Your Backyard subscribership, go ahead and think about subscribing. Or maybe just do it right now. Okay, here we are. This is a different kind of video. I'm playing around with some ideas. And I want to ask the question, is this a good look? I don't know. It has sentimental value, certainly, to me. It's a collection of odd things that I have wound up here. You know, I think it's almost on a weird philosophical or metaphorical sense. It is a reflection of how things just naturally occur, which is that, you know, you have some crab traps, and you went and caught some crabs, mostly snails, and then you put them back here on the fence. You put them in the garage, and then that's in the way, because who wants 4 crab traps in their garage after all? And then you end up putting them out here, and then they never get used, and then they slowly rust into oblivion and ultimately get thrown away. And the same kind of process happening here for really old surfboards. I mean, this is just an ancient 20-year-old surfboard that if you surfed it, you would get fiberglass in your arms from paddling it because it's shedding fiberglass. And an old softie that my kids rode when they were little, but is overcome by events of any kind. And then the famous frangipani, the penny. Penny time. Penny time. It's penny time. That's anytime you've picked a plumaria flower, frangipani, you're right there. You're in penny time. And when you're in penny time, one of the things you always do, you don't even have to think about it, it just happens. You take a deep sniff of the plumaria, which, you know, is used for making perfumes in some imaginary far-off world. And it's like so easy to deal with. So, but that's the blessing and the curse of the panny. And there's like 300 varieties of them. You hear me talk about them all the time. It's an obsession that I'm resisting being taken away by always, because you can just end up having 1,000 frangipanis in your yard that in the wintertime they drop their leaves and it just looks like a stick forest. Okay, long story short. But I put one here. Now, the variety I put here out of the 300 was one of my faves. The predominantly yellow and white type. These are strong growers. The white type only, there's a lot of different variants on this. There's dozens of different yellow and white varieties, but this one I like a lot. It's just grown here in almost no water, no attention, right in the corner. Gets full sun, you know, cranking it out. I mean, this is a serious flower production on this sucker. Look at that. Look at that. Becky? Yep, the penny. And, you know, then I have this, which it was part of a surfboard rack. This was the part that came out this way that held skateboards on it. So and then we got rid of the surfboard rack because, you know, and then there's some boring story. This part, though, I said, man, that looks like a sign. I think I'm going to put that right there, and I'm going to have a sign that intentionally doesn't say anything. So, yeah, that's what that is. And then you end up just throwing other crap in there, like this Dracaena. You know, that stuck that in there. It grew. The aloe, just stuck that there. It grew. My son put some bricks from a fire pit he built around that. So, oh, there's some nutsedge, beautiful nutsedge growing in an old pot. And of course, you wouldn't really be complete without this miscellaneous bag of potting soil, you know, jammed back behind there, tied with a rope. So yeah, you know, I guess there's schools of thought, right? This kind of the zen of a backyard is, yeah, do you let chaos prevail? Which this is mostly chaos. It's, you know, a little bit of guidance, but I just kind of did whatever. Or is it more of a structure and order? And I think it's always somewhere in between, or else it's really painful. Either one of those other ends. So we just keep it right in the middle. And that's where the sweet spot is. But what do you think? What do you think about having eclectic little corners of your yard? I can tell you one thing for sure. You know, this becomes part of the culture of your backyard. You know, all my kids know this. We've all come to pick flowers here. I mean, it depends. What do you see when you see this? I guess is another good question I'd love to know. What do you see? And I don't, you know, whatever it is. Do you see something wonderful or something not wonderful? You know, I know when I see this, every time I think, it's a little chaotic, which kind of impacts my general personality in a weird way, but the other thing is I just see the flowers. I always just want to pick a flower and smell it. So it just becomes a thing to experience the positive aspects as a point of gratitude. I think there's other ways to look at it, and I started to delve into this panny forest thing and, you know, the rusty crap. What fun. What do you think? Hey, thanks for watching Eat Your Backyard. Hope you like these videos. If you do, go ahead and give it a like, subscribe, and you'll get notified every time I put a new one out, and I'm putting out more every day or so. Thanks for watching. Eat Your Backyard.